Imagine waking up to a brand new day, feeling energized and ready to tackle whatever life throws your way. Sounds great, right? But for many of us, mornings can be a brutal struggle. We hit the snooze button, roll over, and drag ourselves out of bed, only to face a day of fatigue and brain fog. Meet Sarah, a successful entrepreneur who used to dread mornings. She'd stumble out of bed, grabbing a cup of coffee just to get her heart rate up, and then spend the first hour of her day catching up on emails and responding to texts. But despite her best efforts, Sarah struggled to find the energy to tackle her most critical tasks. It's not just Sarah. Millions of people around the world are suffering from a morning energy crisis. We are talking about a state of perpetual exhaustion, where even the smallest tasks feel like climbing Mount Everest. And it's not just physical exhaustion, it's mental fatigue too. So, what's causing this morning energy crisis? Is it our busy lifestyles, our diets, our lack of sleep? Or is it something more complex? As it turns out, the answer lies in a combination of factors, including our body's natural rhythms, our habits, and our mental states. Let's start with the basics. Our bodies have a natural circadian rhythm that regulates our energy levels throughout the day. When our bodies wake up, they release a burst of energy-boosting hormones, like cortisol and adrenaline. But when we hit the snooze button, we disrupt this natural rhythm, leading to a crash in energy levels. But that's not all. Our habits play a significant role in our morning energy levels too. Think about it. When was the last time you did something that made you feel good, something that gave you a sense of purpose and energy? For many of us, it's not until mid-afternoon when we finally had a cup of coffee and a snack. And then there's our mental state. Research shows that our brains are wired to respond to stress and anxiety by producing cortisol, a hormone that suppresses energy and motivation. So, if we are feeling anxious or stressed in the morning, it's no wonder we struggle to get going. So, what can we do to boost our morning energy levels? We'll explore some surprising strategies that will help you wake up feeling refreshed, revitalized, and ready to take on the day. From simple changes to your diet and exercise routine to more complex techniques for managing stress and anxiety, we'll cover it all. But before we dive in, let's ask ourselves a question. What's the one thing that would make you feel most energized and motivated in the morning? Is it exercise, meditation, or something else entirely? Share your thoughts in the comments below. As she rolled over, the morning sunlight streaming through her window was the last thing she needed to face. Emily's exhaustion was a palpable thing, weighing her down like an invisible anchor. She'd hit the snooze button 5 times already, but the familiar ritual offered only temporary reprieve from the fatigue that had become her new reality. Her morning routine, or lack thereof, was to blame. The previous night's poor nutrition, a hasty dinner of pizza and Netflix, had left her body craving energy it didn't have to spare. And as for sleep, Emily had managed a paltry 5 hours, not nearly enough to recharge her batteries. It was a vicious cycle, one she'd been stuck in for weeks now. The thought of facing another day like this was daunting, but what if she could break free? Imagine waking up feeling refreshed, revitalized, and ready to tackle anything that came your way. Sounds like a pipe dream, but what if it was within reach? Emily's story was about to take a dramatic turn, one that would change the way she approached her mornings forever. But first, let's take a closer look at the common pitfalls that were holding her back. As Emily finally dragged herself out of bed, she stumbled towards the kitchen, her eyes half closed. The familiar fatigue seemed to seep into her bones, making every step feel like a chore. But then, something unexpected happened. She caught a glimpse of herself in the mirror, and for a moment, she forgot about the exhaustion. Her reflection stared back, bleary-eyed and disheveled, yet amidst the chaos, a spark of determination flickered to life. It was a small flame, but it was enough to fuel a new idea. What if, instead of hitting the snooze button, Emily could wake up feeling like a brand new person? What if she could harness the energy to tackle the day with clarity and purpose? The thought was tantalizing, and Emily found herself wondering, what if she could actually make it happen? As Emily stood in front of the mirror, something shifted inside her. The exhaustion that had been weighing her down for weeks began to lift, replaced by a spark of determination. She remembered a conversation with her friend Sarah, who swore by a simple morning routine that gave her boundless energy. With newfound curiosity, Emily decided to give it a try. The first step was to get outside into natural light, no matter how cloudy or grey the day. Research showed that even a short walk in the morning could boost her vitamin D levels and wake up her circadian rhythms. Next, She needed to get her body moving with a gentle stretch or some light exercise. And then, there was the crucial step of fueling her body with a nutrient-rich breakfast. Finally, Emily made a promise to herself to stay hydrated throughout the morning by keeping a water bottle by her side. With these simple steps, she felt a sense of control over her morning energy that she'd never known before. As Emily stood in front of the mirror, a spark of determination ignited within her. She knew that fueling her body with the right foods was crucial to boosting her morning energy. Her friend Sarah was a firm believer in a balanced breakfast, rich in protein, complex carbs, and healthy fats. Emily decided to try it out, whipping up a scrambled egg and whole grain toast, accompanied by a handful of fresh berries. The combination was surprisingly satisfying, and she felt her energy levels start to rise. But Emily knew that a nutritious breakfast was just the beginning. What came next would be just as crucial to her morning momentum. As Emily continued to explore her morning energy formula, she realized that it wasn't just about the food she ate, but also about how she approached her mornings. For those who aren't naturally morning people, the idea of a sunrise routine can be daunting. Emily thought back to her friend Mike, who used to hit the snooze button repeatedly, until he discovered a simple trick, starting with a 5-minute morning routine that he enjoyed, like reading a chapter of his favorite book or sipping a cup of tea.